Hey everyone, Mike here from Mike's Horror Channel. So today we got some new updates on the Friday the 13th franchise. It looks like we're finally going to get to see what Jason Voorhees is going to look like in live action. So earlier today, Variety broke the news about a new Friday the 13th vignette called Sweet Revenge. And it's actually going to be from filmmaker Mike P. Nelson. So if you're familiar with Mike P. Nelson, he's the guy that directed Wrong Turn. He's also the writer and director for the new Silent Night, Deadly Night remake that's coming out on December 12th. And apparently he's going to be producing a very short Friday the 13th project. So going into the Variety article here, it says, Jason Voorhees' next story is set to be told by Silent Night, Deadly Night reboot filmmaker Mike P. Nelson. Produced by Friday the 13th franchise owner Horror Inc., the new Jason Universe project is a bloody short-form vignette titled Sweet Revenge, and it's set as the centerpiece of the franchise's bold 45th anniversary campaign. So right there, I feel like that's a very big statement to make for a short vignette, to say that this thing is going to be the centerpiece of the 45th anniversary campaign, and you're telling us that it's just a vignette. Now, like I said in my last video, I like the idea that they're just giving us little tidbits at a time. I think that's great. I'm hearing on different channels how we're getting kind of screwed over as far as the Friday the 13th news or the Jason Universe news. I think this is great. Like I just said in the last video, we're going to keep getting these little bits of information and little projects coming up little by little. And I think that's a great thing because they're going to lead us into the bigger projects. It goes on to say, per the description for Sweet Revenge, fans will drop into a chilling weekend in the woods filled with blood-soaked surprises only Jason can deliver. Nelson is writing, directing, and producing through his Rockford Road Pictures banner. Production on Sweet Revenge began earlier this month, and the project is set to debut on both the Jason Universe YouTube channel and through a site hosted by Angry Orchard Hard Cider, which is sponsoring the vignette as part of a larger collaboration with the franchise. So that right there is where my problem is. It was an Angry Orchard Hard Cider project, and I already knew it wasn't really going to be a short film. They said vignette, so obviously it's probably going to be maybe a few seconds long. We're lucky if it's 60 seconds as far as this little short vignette. We're lucky if it's even that long. Ultimately, what this is going to be probably is an Angry Orchard commercial. So that's where my problem is. I'm okay with it being a vignette. I'm okay with them giving us these little pieces, bit by bit. I'm good with all that. My issue is the Angry Orchard stuff. I feel like, I get the idea of the corporate partnerships and the sponsorships. Those kind of things have to happen. That's how the money's made. I get that. But I hope, Angry Orchard is not like it. I hope it's just not a commercial. I hope that's not what we're getting from this thing. But let's see what they have to offer. But I just want to point out one other thing in the article. It also says, Horror Inc.'s Friday the 13th franchise as a whole is aiming to make a big resurgence tied to the original film's 45th anniversary. So I feel like with the 45th coming up, we're going to get pretty much everything almost at one time. We're getting all these little tidbits that everyone keeps complaining about so much all over YouTube, but I think we're going to get a really big rollout of Jason Universe stuff over, the 45th anniversary. Like I mentioned in the last video, there's going to be the video game, which, there's a lot of news coming out about that. There's going to be new movies. We have the Crystal Lake TV series. NECA announced their deal for the action figures, and I'm personally enjoying the rollout of all of the tiny pieces that they just keep giving us little by little before leading us into the Crystal Lake series or any of the bigger projects. Now, along with the article, they also released an image on X of the Sweet Revenge set. You can see the slate here as they're about to start filming. And the best part is we can actually see just a little bit of Jason Voorhees in this photo. So I'd imagine that 3D rendering that's been circulating that we've all seen at this point, that's what we're going to get in this vignette. At least that's how it's looking from the corner of this photo here. But I can't wait to see how this turns out. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you excited for this Sweet Revenge short vignette? Are you as bothered as I am about the Angry Orchard thing? What are you hoping for from the vignette? You know, do you think we're going to see some kills? Do you think they kind of keep Jason kind of vague and we don't really get to see a whole lot of him in this thing, which I kind of feel like is going to happen? Let me know in the comments, guys. And if you haven't yet, please like this video and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet.